So the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs will be underway this weekend at Darlington Raceway for the Southern 500. So it's the playoff opener this weekend. And in this video, I'm going to give you guys my playoff predictions, who's going to get eliminated in each round, and who will be your NASCAR Cup Series champion for 2023. So the first driver I've got eliminated this year in the round of 16 is the 23 of Bubba Wallace. So Bubba Wallace comes into the playoffs with 0 playoff points. I'm pretty sure the only driver who hasn't either won a stage or won a race this season that's actually in the playoffs. So that's going to give him a big disadvantage. Already going to be below the cut line at Darlington, and I don't really think he's going to be able to make his way up into the cut line. I know he won at Kansas last season. He wasn't even in the playoffs, and he ran pretty well at Darlington this year, but I just do not have hope that he'll be able to win another race. I don't even really have hope that he'll be able to make it into the round of 12 on points either. So this is his first ever playoff appearance. He just made it in after Ty Gibbs got wrecked at Daytona. So his first time in the playoffs. I don't think he's going anywhere but in the round of 12, and I think he'll just get eliminated in the round of 16. That'll be the end of it for Bubba Wallace's season. I don't really see him winning a race this year either, but yeah, that's the first driver I have out, Bubba Wallace in the 23 car. So the next driver I have getting eliminated in the round of 16 for the Cup Series playoffs this year is your Daytona 500 champion, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So Stenhouse started the year off with a bang with a win in the Daytona 500, the biggest race in NASCAR. That locked him into the playoffs, but this season I think he would have even made it on points even if he didn't win the Daytona 500. That's just how good JTT Doherty Racing and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. have been this year. But most of that speed has come in more of the earlier parts of the season. Probably more in the first half. I mean, yeah, he had some speed in July. Not a whole lot of speed in August, which is leading into the playoffs. So the speed has definitely gone down for the 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But remember, last time at Darlington, he had a really good run. Unfortunately, ended up spinning in that race, but still was running inside the top 10 most of the race, and up until that point qualified really well as well. But I just do not see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in this full 47 team making it into the next round of the playoffs. I don't think they have enough speed to go up against all the other big teams. It's definitely been a big improvement from 2022 for Stenhouse and JT Doherty, and of course 2021 and 2020 as well. Huge improvements there. But I just do not see this 40-17 going against the bigger teams like Stewart-Haas Racing, Penske's, Gibbs's, and other teams like that for making it into the round of 12. But you never know. Something could happen. Maybe you could win at Darlington somehow have fun speed like that. But for now, I just don't see it happening. I think Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will be eliminated in the round of 16. So the third driver I've got eliminated in the round of 16 is a driver in his final ever NASCAR Cup Series season. It's 2014 Cup champion Kevin Harvick. So Harvick comes into these playoffs as the 15th seed with 0 Cup Series wins this season, and he's also in his final NASCAR Cup Series season. And even last season, after winning 2 races in the regular season, he didn't even make it to the round of 12 of the playoffs and got eliminated early. So I think the exact same thing is going to happen with even less points for Kevin Harvick. So sorry, Harvick fans, I just don't see him making the round of 12 in his final season. If he can, then great. If he can make it even longer than that, that would be really cool to see. But I just do not see it happening. I think Kevin Harvick is going to be eliminated early in the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs this season, just because of the lack of wins this season in all the playoffs and the no speed of Stewart-Haas Racing. He's the only driver for Stewart-Haas Racing that actually made the playoffs. The first time, I think, in probably ever. I think there's always been at least 2 SHR cars in the playoffs for a single year. So I don't see Kevin Harvick making it into the round of 12. Unfortunately, his final season, I think Harvick's going to be eliminated early, and he's just going to drive out the rest of the season in his final year and enjoy it. So the fourth and final driver I have out in the round of 16 is going to come as a huge surprise to everyone. It's your defending NASCAR Cup Series champion, Joey Logano. So this year for Joey Logano has not been the greatest. Only one win at Atlanta, which is all the way back in March, and since then his year has been pretty terrible, with a ton of inconsistency, a ton of crashes, and then a lot of times just having no speed. So he sometimes somehow gets like random great finishes after having no speed all day, but that definitely isn't something that's going to carry you through the playoff round. So a lot of people are probably saying he's going to get eliminated in the round 12. I'm putting it early. I don't think he's going to have good speed anywhere in the round of 16 tracks, and I think he's going to somehow get eliminated in the round of 16 for the first time, I think, maybe ever, or at least in a long time. I know 2017 he completely missed the playoffs. I think he'll do a little bit better than that in 2017, but still miss the round of 12. So don't worry, Joey Logano fans. Every single even year from lately, Joey Logano has either won the championship or made it to the championship 4, So it's just an odd year, which means he's going to do pretty terrible for some reason. So that was the round of 16 drivers. We got 12 drivers to go through next. So here's your playoff leaderboard now going to the round of 12. Don't mind me just scribbling out a bunch of random drivers. So you might notice some drivers that surprises making to the round of 12. But now I'm going to tell you who will be eliminated in this round. So the first driver we got eliminated in the round of 12 is the 34 of Michael McDowell, your Indianapolis road course winner. So I honestly really wanted to see McDowell go further than this, but I just cannot do it. I don't think McDowell's going to go any further than the round of 12. It's a front row motorsports car. He's lucky he went further than Joey Logano with my picks, and I just don't see it. I think Michael McDowell's going to be eliminated in the round of 12. I think most people have him getting eliminated in the round of 16. I know there's a lot of really great tracks in the round of 12 for him, and if he could make it to the round of 12 and then win at one of those, he would maybe in the round of 8, which would be surprising. I just don't even see him winning at those, which the two best tracks for him are Talladega and the Charlotte Roval. So I think McDowell's going to have end his great season in the round of 12, which is his best season ever. He went into the round of 16 for his only other playoff appearance is 2021, but that was for the Daytona 500 win, and he got eliminated early in the round of 16. So yeah, I just don't see him making any further than this, and McDowell, for me, is going to be eliminated in the round of 12. So the next driver we've got eliminated in the round of 12 is the RFK driver, Brad Keselowski, driving the number 6. So Keselowski and RFK this year have definitely had a lot of speed, a big improvement from 2022, but Keselowski is sitting here with 0 wins when his teammate Chris Buescher just got his 3rd win of the season, and 3rd win in 5 races. So I know RFK is on a tear, but I don't see Brad Keselowski making it any further than the round of 12. I don't think he'll win a race in the round of 16 either. Probably not going to have enough points or playoff points. I know he's got a few stage wins, but that's definitely not going to be enough, and that's why I see Brad Keselowski and his team with RFK Racing getting eliminated in the round of 12 of this year's playoffs. So the next driver I've got eliminated in the round of 12 is going to come as another big surprise. It's Team Penske driver, the second Team Penske car in the playoffs, Ryan Blaney. So Ryan Blaney started off this year pretty strong with a lot of speed, and even got that win in May for his first win, the real win with the next-gen car. I know he won the All-Star race last year, but that wasn't a points race. And he got that win in May in the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I know it was a huge convincing win with a lot of laps led. I just do not see Ryan Blaney, after seeing the rest of the speed he's had this season in the summer, making it past the round of 12. So yeah, that's right. For the first time in a long time, probably maybe even ever, I have both Team Penske cars out before the round of 8 even starts. So Team Penske is going to be out of his title shot. I think RFK is going to have more cars in the round of 8 than Team Penske, and that kind of gave away my next prediction. But yeah, that is Ryan Blaney out in the round of 12. I don't see him making it any further. I think he's going to end the season with 1 win on the year at Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is definitely a very convincing win. But I think that's going to be it for Ryan Blaney and Team Penske this year, and I think they'll come back stronger in 2024. So the fourth and final driver I've got going out in the round of 12 is going to be another big surprise. It's Trackhouse Racing's only driver who has made it into the playoffs, Ross Chastain. So Ross Chastain got his one and only win of the season at Nashville Superspeedway win. Definitely, again, a very convincing win, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as Ross Chastain this season has definitely been a lot more off than he was in 2022. So 2022 was a breakout year for Chastain. Got 2 wins, made it to the championship 4, and then had that final lap pass, the amazing wall ride at Martinsville. But I just don't see any of that happening again. And I think Ross Chastain, unfortunately for him, is going to be eliminated in the round of 12. So don't see him even making it to the round of 8. Unlike last year where he made it to the round of championship 4 and actually almost won the championship, finished second to Joey Logano. And yeah, that's right. I have 3 of the championship 4 drivers from 2022 not even making it to a round of 8, and that third one is Ross Chastain in the 1. So those were all of your drivers getting eliminated in the round of 12 for me. And now it's time to move on to your round of 8 predictions. So here's your round of 8 board. As you can take a look at my beautiful scribbling jobs. I know, 10 out of 10. Amazing. So you got William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Chris Bell, and Tyler Reddick left for your round of 8. And now it's time to see who will be eliminated and who will make the championship 4. So the first driver got eliminated in the round of 8, not making it to the championship 4, is the 45 of Tyler Reddick, 2311's last driver that was remaining in the playoffs for me. So Tyler Reddick is in his first season with 2311 this year. Got that early win at Coda, but it hasn't won since, but has actually come close to a lot of wins. But I don't think the speed is even enough to make it to the championship 4, so this is when it gets really tough with drivers. So Reddick, I don't think the speed's enough. I mean, he got eliminated in the round of 16, but the first 2 seasons he made the playoffs in 2022 and 2021. I think he's going to do a lot better than that and have a lot more consistency, but this pit crew is another thing that I'm worried about. So he's kind of lucky to let him go into the round of 8. I don't think the pit crew is going to screw him over that bad. I honestly think he can get a win at Texas because he did last year. So I don't think he's going any further than the round of 8. I don't see him as a championship 4 threat at all. And I think Tyler Reddick is going to have a great season with his first year of 23-11 and going to have maybe 2 wins and lock up a nice spot in the round of 8 in points. So the second driver we got eliminated in the round of 8 is Hendrick Motorsports driver, the 5 of Kyle Larson. So Larson this year has picked up 2 wins at Martinsville and Richmond. I know Martinsville is in the round of 8 and he could technically win there to make himself go into the championship 4. But we haven't seen championship winning speed from the 5 car all season long. So, I mean, maybe in the early parts of the season they had some, but now later in the season, I don't think they're going to be able to make the championship 4, even if they come close to a win at Martinsville. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be tough for the 5 of Larson to make it the championship 4. I know his 24, his teammate Byron, has had a really good season, and he's definitely a championship favorite, but I don't see the 5 of Larson making it to the final 4. But, yeah, I think he'll be eliminated in the round of 8. So, the third driver I've got eliminated in the round of 8 is the 20 of Christopher Bell, Joe Gibbs Racing driver. Christopher Bell has definitely had a very interesting season. He got that win early at the Bristol Dirt Race, but he's just not been too consistent. He's definitely had a lot of speed, but this is definitely not championship 4 speed like last season. So I know last season he went on a tear and had no championship 4 season before and actually championship 4 speed before, but then got it and made it to the championship 4 and finished 3rd in the points. But I just don't see that happening again this season. So that's right. I'm going to have no 2022 Championship 4 drivers making it to the 2023 Championship 4. Bell's the only one I actually have making it to the round of 8. And obviously there's no Chase Elliott in this. So yeah, that'll just be it for Bell. I think he's going to be eliminated in the round of 8. Not get like an 8th place finish in the points. I think he's going to maybe finish 6th or 5th. But I think it's still going to be a pretty decent season for Bell. Maybe 2 wins. Maybe he gets one earlier in the playoffs. This season for Bell, I don't see him making it to the Championship 4 again. So after getting all these drivers eliminated, this just leaves 1 spot left to get eliminated until we decide. I tell you guys my Championship 4 picks. So, and that driver is going to be driver the number 8, Kyle Busch, 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. So Busch this season is in his first year with RCR. Last season, the NASCAR Cup Series had 2 engine failures in the round of 16 while leading, I think, even at Darlington, which eliminated him in the round of 16 with Joe Gibbs Racing. So this year, I think he's going to make it a lot further, but just not quite the Championship 4. We haven't seen the same Kyle Busch we've seen in the summer as we saw in the spring, and I don't think he's going to be able to regain all that speed back. I think he's going to be able to get maybe like 1 win in the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make it to the final 4. But you never know. He could surprise me. He's Kyle Busch. You never know what could happen. He could become the champion this year. But for me, for now, I think Kyle Busch is going to be eliminated in the round of 8 and not be able to make it to the Championship 4. And that'll be it. And now it's time to look at who will make it the Championship 4 for my predictions. So these are your drivers in, and it's actually the top 4 in points right now. So William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Chris Buescher. So these drivers won 13 out of the 26 races in the regular season this year. I think they're going to win a lot more playoff races. But the one surprise you see in here is Chris Buescher. Yes, I have an RFK car, make it to the Championship 4, and then you got Byron, Truex, and Hamilton are not surprises. But now, it is time to hear your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion predicted by me. And that driver is Chris Buescher. I think RFK Racing in the 17 car with Chris Buescher who will win the NASCAR Cup Series championship, and Ford will go 2 titles in a row. So this is definitely a very bold prediction. I think he's going to beat out Byron, Hamlin, and Truex and win the Cup Series championship. So he's got 3 wins already. And where did one of his wins come? Richmond. What track is Richmond similar to? Phoenix. And I think that speed is definitely going to help Chris Buescher win the Cup Series title. So make sure to comment down below if you agree with me. Definitely a very bold prediction by me, but I'm confident. I think Chris Buescher will be your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion. So a lot of speed at a lot of different racetracks, and I think it's all going to work out, and Buescher will be your champion. So I think you can get even more wins in the playoffs, even before that title win. So comment down below what you agree with and what you disagree with, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and like if you want more videos like these. And yeah, that'll just wrap it up. So thank you guys for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.